Hiya guys, Ross from Shades of Chaos Games, and today I'm going to talk about stripping this miniature. So I find stripping quite easy, very old-fashioned metal model there. All I use is simple household brown Dettol. So relatively inexpensive. You can find it anywhere from Poundland to supermarkets, wherever pretty much. Brown Dettol. Basic brown Dettol. Not a cheaper brand because I found it doesn't work so well. But in my personal opinion, you can strip any metal model with brown Dettol. Plastic models, depending on the plastic, the softer the plastic, obviously the more damage you could possibly do. So I would say drop it in some Dettol maybe overnight, brush it off and see how it gets on. You know, it's always best to do it in stages rather than melt the model and then start sending me hate mail. And resin, be very cautious with resin models. I have used a brush before and just gently apply the Dettol and took my time rather than soaking it, because I'm always very wary of resin melting or anything. So I'm going to be using just a simple old toothbrush, not your other half's favourite, and I'm going to leave this guy in a bucket of Dettol probably for a couple of days, and I'll come back to you, see what it looks like then. Okay, so after a couple of days soaking in Dettol, I have these guys. So they don't look fantastic at the moment. It looks like one of my early paint jobs when I was about 10. So I've soaked a couple metal ones and a couple plastic ones for the same length of time, just to show you the difference. So I've got a little pot here, so I make hopefully slightly less mess. So this is a metal model. Let's see how hard it is to peel this stuff off. So already by hand it's stripping some of the paint off. So that's about where you want it. I think I'll attack it with a brush a minute. Let's see what I get. So obviously I'm putting it over the pot. Plenty of newspaper, attacking it with an old, soft toothbrush. So the paint's coming off quite easy. Now we'll see what the difference is between the plastic model and a metal model in a minute. See if I've done any damage. So this is 2 days. 2 days in a bucket of Dettol. It's coming off quite nicely. At the moment it just looks like a grey sludge, but I'll wash it off and wash it off and wash it off. And that's not to get the paint off, that's to get the Dettol off. So you don't want to do a lovely paint job and still have a trace of Dettol underneath, and it will start stripping the model back. Look at my lovely paint job, and watch it melt like the guy out of Raiders of the Lost Ark. So that's it. Should have shifted most of the stuff. Alright. So pretty good. So these models are pretty ancient. They're the Rogue Trader era Space Marine Scouts. Deserve a repaint. So that's a metal model. Not too bad. No damage done, obviously, because metal should be fairly indestructible regardless of Dettol. Okay, so a little bit of Dettol in there. Rinse it off. Attack it again. Not scrubbing too hard because it will splat everywhere. That's right, I said splat. Not too bad. awkward bit there, just we'll take the hint. Come on. But yeah, other than that tiny little bit there, it's getting my wick. That was really easy. Now metal, you could probably leave that in a week and all the paint will just fall off by hand. You probably won't even need to use a brush. I'm putting minimal effort into that. So this one is a plastic model. Let's see how badly beaten this guy is. Let's see how much detail I take off. So this is extremely old plastic. I can't remember what the year was of the Road Trader guys. Coming off nicely as well. Doesn't look like I'm taking any detail off. Now this guy over the years has lost the very tip of his sword, so I will green stuff. Tip on his sword, he's only lost like a few mil on his sword, but I'm sure it means a lot to him. So I'll green stuff a new little point on there. So that was gone even before the green stuff, and the Dettol even. That's coming off quite nicely as well. I don't think any damage has been done. I won't know for sure until I wash it off. Rinse and repeat. But it was a bit risky leaving it for 2 days on a plastic that I don't really know. It's not like I come across this type of plastic every day. I can already feel though, it's quite, oh, it's not too bad. I thought it was quite soft, but no, he's okay. Snap. No, it's fine. I don't think I've done any damage to this guy whatsoever. So a couple of days with this plastic seems to be okay. So I'm probably scrubbing a bit harder than I would like to. So not that I'm putting a lot of effort into it, but like I'm lazy. So leaving it in a bucket for a week and all the paint falls off and I don't have to scrub sounds ideal to me. But this being plastic, I wasn't sure. So it's better to put a little bit of elbow grease in it. Another metal model. So this guy I know is going to be safe, it's going to be fine. Paint seems to fall off a lot easier on the metal models. As you probably know, obviously painting metal models, you know, you need to key the paint on the model, so a good undercoat or a primer even keys the paint on there better. So it's the same in reverse. If you don't have a decent cover and you put Dettol on it, they will just fall off so much easier. So plain newspaper, because as you can see I'm making a mess. That's what I do. So there's another metal model done. Another plastic model, so I've got 2 plastic, 2 metal. Nice and soft. Lovely. Just scrubbing his back. That's front. I can't really tell what I've done and what I haven't because it's just a grey goop now. So I have got down here some bathroom cleaner. Just to see what I've missed. So you use water, I'm just being lazy because I happen to have a bathroom cleaner near me. You know, everybody does, right, at all times. I was using it to clean the tile on my paint station. I like to have a tile apply my paints before I put it on the models. Yeah, I think that's got most of the detail. Nice and free of any paint. It's looking pretty good. So I'll run it under a tap again and again and again and again, get all the Dettol off, and I'll come back to you guys. Okay, so after a wash and a wash and a wash and a wash and a wash, just use water, it's totally fine. But yeah, I mean, that's not bad considering how much gopping paint was on there before. That's obviously the metal model. It's not bad. I mean, the metal I could have left in there for days. Just put my hand behind it so that it's easier to focus. You know, not a problem. Now the plastic, this is what I was worried about. Also seems fine. So that's 2 days in a bucket of Dettol. Maybe push it another day. But that came off fairly easy. Tiny bit of scrubbing. No damage whatsoever. So that's it guys, how to strip your models. So I'll maybe do another video on resin. I'm very wary on how to strip resin. But this is old school GW plastic, so from the Rogue Trader era. That's totally fine. And modern plastics, exactly the same. Not a problem. So, you know, the detail on there is pretty good. I mean, like the detail on the arm, not too bad. I could always go over it again. And you know when you've washed the Dettol off enough, because if you smell it and it still smells like Dettol, then chances are there's Dettol on it. So wash it, wash it, wash it again. You can use soap or whatever you want on there. It's totally safe, totally fine. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Cheers!